Hey everyone, and a very warm welcome to Tune in English, the podcast where we tune up your English skills with real, natural conversations.
Hi, Adam. It's so great to be here. Thanks for having me.
We are thrilled to have you, Amy. Today, we're diving into a topic I think we all think about, saving money.
Absolutely. We'll share some personal stories and have a real daily conversation about it.
And, as always, we'll be using some super common idioms native speakers actually use. We'll explain all of them later on, so make sure to stick around until the end.
And a great way to practice is to try repeating some phrases after us. It does wonders for your pronunciation.
If you find this helpful, please do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Tune in English for more content like this. Now, Amy, let's get into it. Are you actually good at saving money? Okay, Amy, so saving money. It is such a huge topic.
It really is, and honestly, it makes me a little nervous to talk about.
Really? Why is that? You seem so financially savvy now.
Well, I was not always this way. In my first job, I was totally living from paycheck to paycheck. Every single dollar was spent.
I know that feeling. My first paycheck felt like a fortune, but it burned a hole in my pocket so fast. I just had to spend it.
Yes, exactly. For me, it was clothes. I would see a sale and think, it's a great deal. I'm actually saving money by spending it.
Oh no, that is such dangerous logic. I fell for that too. I thought I was getting a bang for my buck on things I never used.
What was your weak spot?
Honestly, eating out. I told myself I was too tired to cook. I was basically throwing money down the drain on expensive coffee and takeout. My kitchen was just for show.
It is so easy to do. Those small daily expenses really add up. You do not even notice it happening.
They really do. So when did you have your wake-up call, your oh no moment?
It was a real reality check. My laptop broke, completely died, and I had zero savings to buy a new one. I had to put it on a credit card. The interest was terrifying.
Ouch. That is a tough way to learn. That is being caught between a rock and a hard place. You need the thing, but you cannot afford it.
It was the worst. I felt so stuck. I knew I had to make a big change. I couldn't keep doing the same thing.
It is funny how a crisis forces you to change. So what was your first step? How did you stop the cycle?
Well, it was not easy. I had to start watching my pennies. I mean, really watching every single one.
I think that's the hardest part, just getting started. It feels impossible.
It totally does. But that moment with the broken laptop was my turning point. I never wanted to feel that panic again.
That is a powerful motivation. So for everyone listening who might be in that same spot,
where every dollar is spent before they even have it?
What is the very first thing they should do? How do you even begin to save?
Okay, so my first piece of advice is going to sound super simple.
I love simple. Simple is good.
Good, because it all starts with one thing: tracking. You have to know where your money is going. You cannot fix what you do not see.
That makes perfect sense. You have to see the whole picture before you can make a plan.
Exactly. It's like a map. You need to see where you are before you can plan your route.
I love that. So tracking is the first step. But how? A notebook, an app, what worked for you?
I tried a few methods. It was a bit of a journey, honestly.
Let's talk about that journey. I'm sure our listeners want to know the easy ways to start.
Definitely. Let's break it down. The goal is to stop the leak before you can start to fill the bucket.
1. Living from paycheck to paycheck. Spending all the money you earn before your next payday. 2. Burned a hole in my pocket. A strong feeling of needing to spend money quickly. 3. Getting a bang for your buck. Getting good value for the money you spend. 4. Throwing money down the drain. Wasting money on something useless. 5. Add up. Small amounts combining to become a large amount over time. 6. Reality check. An event that makes you see the true, often unpleasant reality of a situation. 7. caught between a rock and a hard place, in a difficult situation with only bad choices available. 8. Watching my pennies, being very careful with how you spend small amounts of money.
So, Adam, tracking. It sounds boring, I know, but it is the absolute foundation. You have to know where your cash is going.
I will be honest, the idea of writing down every coffee sounds painful. It feels so restrictive.
It does not have to be forever, just for a month or two. It is like a fact-finding mission. You are just gathering data on your own life. No judgment.
Okay, I can get behind that. So what is the best method? You mentioned a few.
I did. I started old school with cash. There is a method called cash stuffing. You use envelopes for different spending categories.
Physical cash? That feels very last century. Does it work?
It works amazingly well because you see the money disappear. When the eating out envelope is empty, that's it. You're done. It stops you from spinning your wheels on apps you forget to use.
I can see the value. It makes spending feel real. But I never have cash. I'm a debit card person.
Totally fair. That's where budgeting apps come in. They connect to your bank account and do the heavy lifting for you. They categorize everything automatically.
Now that sounds more my speed. So you look at the app once a week and see, oh, I spent how much on snacks?
Exactly. It holds up a mirror to your spending habits. Some of them are not pretty, but it is a real game changer. It shows you the truth.
I love that. So you track for a month, you see the patterns, then what? How do you make a budget that doesn't feel like a prison?
This is the fun part. Well, the rewarding part. You get to make a plan. A popular method is the 50-30-20 rule. It's a great place to start.
Break that down for us. What does that mean?
Sure. So 50% of your income after tax goes to needs like rent, groceries, basic utilities.
Okay, the essentials, the non-negotiables.
Right. Then 30% goes to wants. That's your fun money. Coffee, movies, that new shirt.
Oh, so a budget does not mean no fun. I think a lot of people believe that.
It should not mean that. If it does, you'll never stick to it. You'll go back to square one. You have to include fun.
That's a huge relief. And the last 20%?
That 20% is the most important part. That goes straight to savings or paying off debt before you even think about spending on anything else.
So you pay yourself first. You prioritize that future security.
Exactly. You are your most important bill. Most people save what's left over at the end of the month, but there's never anything left over. So you have to do it first.
That's such a simple but powerful mindset shift. I am my most important bill. I love that.
It changes everything. But here's the thing. What if your numbers don't fit that 50-30-20 model? What if your rent is too high?
That's a really good point. Life is not always that neat.
It's not. So then you have to go back to the drawing board. You adjust. Maybe it's 60-20-20 for you. The percentages are a guide, not a strict law.
Flexibility is key. So you find a system that works for you, but how do you handle those unexpected expenses? The car repair, the doctor's visit. That's what always throws me for a loop.
That's the final piece of the puzzle, and it's the thing that makes you feel truly secure. It's the emergency fund.
The famous emergency fund. How much? And where do you even find that money to start one?
That's the million-dollar question. It's the hardest but most rewarding step. It's all about starting small.
Small! I can do small. Tell us more.
It doesn't have to be thousands of dollars right away. It can start with just a few dollars a week. The goal is just to build the habit.
So it's about consistency, not the amount.
Exactly. You'll be shocked how quickly it pays off. Having that small safety net changes your whole relationship with money. It reduces so much stress.
I want that. I think we all want that feeling of security.
Everyone does, and it's absolutely possible. You just need a plan and a little patience.
So to recap, track your spending, make a flexible budget, and start a tiny emergency fund.
That's the foundation. Once you have that, you can start thinking bigger. You can start dreaming.
I like the sound of dreaming. What kind of dreams are we talking about?
That's the best part. This is where saving money stops being about restriction.
And starts being about freedom.
Yes, it's about what your money can do for you. That's a whole new mindset.
1. Spinning your wheels. Wasting time and effort on something that isn't producing results. 2. Do the heavy lifting. To do the most difficult part of a task. 3. Game changer. Something that completely changes the way things are done. 4. Go back to square one. To have to start something all over again from the beginning. 5. Pay yourself first. To save or invest money before you spend any of it on other things. 6. Go back to the drawing board. To start planning something again because the first plan failed. 7. Throws me for a loop. To surprise or confuse someone in an unsettling way. 8. Starting small. Beginning a large task by doing a small, manageable part first.
So, Amy, we have the foundation. We are tracking, we are budgeting a little, we have a small emergency fund. Now what?
This is where it gets exciting, right? This is my favorite part. This is where you stop seeing saving as a punishment. You start seeing it as power. Your money is now a tool to build the life you want.
A tool for freedom. I love that. So, what does that look like in practice? What is the first big goal?
It is different for everyone. For some, it is a down payment on a house. For others, it is a dream vacation, or maybe it is starting a business. You have to find your why. Why are you doing this?
That makes sense. Without a big why, it is easy to quit. So you pick a goal. How do you actually save for something that big?
You make it automatic. That is the secret. You set up a separate savings account. Then you set it and forget it. Arrange for a small transfer to happen right after payday.
Out of sight, out of mind. You do not even miss the money.
Precisely. It's not a daily battle of willpower. The system does the work for you. You just watch the balance grow. It feels incredible.
I can imagine. It must feel like you're finally on the right track. But what about setbacks? You have a bad month. An unexpected bill wipes out your progress. How do you not get discouraged?
You have to be kind to yourself. 1 month is just a blip. It is not failure. The key is to not throw in the towel. Just get back to your plan next month.
Progress, not perfection.
Exactly. And celebrate the small wins. Saved your first $100? That's huge. Treat yourself to a nice coffee. Acknowledging progress keeps you motivated.
That is great advice. Now, a big challenge for me is impulse buys. I see something online and I have to have it. How do you fight that urge?
I use a simple trick. I have a 24-hour rule. If I want something that's not in the plan, I make myself wait a full day. Most of the time, the urge fizzles out. I forget all about it.
That is so smart. It stops you from making emotional purchases. You break the instant gratification habit.
It works wonders. And if I still want it after 24 hours, I think about it. Maybe I can budget for it next month. It becomes a planned purchase, not an impulse.
That gives you back all the control. I need to try that. It's about being intentional.
It really is. It's about telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. That is true financial peace.
Financial peace. I think that's what we're all looking for. It's not about being rich. It's about feeling secure and in control.
That's it. That's the goal, and it's absolutely achievable for everyone listening. It just takes one small step at a time.
Amy, this has been so incredibly helpful. Thank you for sharing all your wisdom with us.
It was my absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me on Tune in English.
So, to our listeners, we hope you got some great tips. Remember, the journey of the 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Start small, be consistent, and be kind to yourself. You can do this.
And we're here to help. In the description below, we'll have a list of helpful budgeting app names.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for more daily English tips.
If this conversation helped you, please let us know in the comments. We love hearing from you.
Tell us what your big savings goal is. It's so motivating to share dreams.
And of course, hit that like button and subscribe to Tune in English for more real English conversations.
It helps others find our community. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Until next time, keep tuning up your English. Bye.
1. Find your why. To discover your true reason or motivation for doing something. 2. Set it and forget it. To arrange something to work automatically without needing more attention. 3. On the right track. Behaving in a way that is likely to lead to success. 4. Throw in the towel. To give up or admit you are defeated. 5. Fizzles out. To gradually end or disappear, often in a disappointing way.